But your initial thoughts when you heard about this accident?
A very unfortunate incident. Remember, this Mi-17 helicopter is a very reliable and stable helicopter, which we have got it from Russia. It is an improved version of Mi-8 and can carry about a 15 individual. So the point is that possibly this incident has taken place due to a poor weather condition, because the area is, jungle as well as mountains in Nilgiri Hills, which is in Kannur, very close to Wellington. Possibly that may
Yes.
be the reason why this
Hmm.
incident has taken place. But we can't rule
General
out
Sivich,
any
I'm just
technical.
going to interrupt you for a second. I apologize that for sir, but because my colleague Arunima is with us on the broadcast, she's got an update on the situation. Arunima, what more can you tell us?
So we've heard from the RM's office unofficially, and this is what we know. RM is monitoring the situation. A meeting of senior MOD officials is on as we speak. He has briefed the Prime Minister about the crash. He's not visiting the spot at the moment. So there was, there was some call that had to be taken whether he would go to Kannur. So that call has been taken that he's not going to the spot immediately. However, he is constantly monitoring the situation. He will brief the Parliament at some point. Initially, we were told it was shortly, but I think they're all waiting for the doctors to come out and give the status of those who were brought in very critical condition, and also about the others. Once the doctors certify, only then I think the Parliament will be taken into confidence. But just to reiterate, those are the 3 points we are hearing. RM is monitoring the situation. There is a meeting of senior MOD officials which is on, and the Prime Minister has been briefed.
Prime Minister has been briefed. Raksha Mantri is very closely monitoring the situation. The top officers of the Defence Ministry are very closely looking at the situation. Tejinder is also with us on the broadcast. Anand Narasimhan continues to be with us to give us more perspective. Tejinder, what more can you tell us before I take in a word from my guests?
Right now, there are reports, conflicting reports about the number of casualties. Though there has been a confirmation that 5 bodies have been recovered, but the number could go up. As my colleague Arnima was also reporting that the Raksha Mantri is monitoring the situation. He's keeping an eye on the situation. But we are told that he's already in touch with the senior defense officials from the Tamil Nadu administration. He's already being given minute-to-minute brief about the situation. He has already held a meeting with the senior MOD Ministry of Defence officials, and he has already briefed Prime Minister Narendra Modi about the current situation. Though there were reports that Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh might visit the accident spot, but he isn't going there. We are expecting an official statement either by Raksha Mantri or the Ministry of Defence, an official statement about the current situation and the well-being of those who were on board, and those who couldn't survive this crash would be given out any moment from now. Given the fact that one of the senior most official of the defense establishment was on board, that is why there is a delay in an official statement. Yes.
All right. So we'll wait for the official statement to come out, putting out only factual details. Major General B.S. Asthana also with us on the broadcast. But before that, a quick word from my colleague Anand Narasimhan as well. Purnima is also joining us on the broadcast. Anand, would want to know from you, we are waiting for Raksha Mantri to make an official statement, likely on the floor of the House. Sketchy details available so far, but 5 bodies have been recovered and 14 people were on board. I think there's a problem with Anand's audio. We'll just quickly try and fix that audio with Anand Narasimhan. But Major General Asthana, coming to you, your first thought and initial reaction when you heard about this unfortunate accident. We are still waiting for the confirmation to come about the 5 bodies which have been recovered and 14 people were on board. That's what we know. Sources are further indicating to CNN News 18 all the details which are coming out. We are putting out exclusively here. 11 bodies have been recovered. That's the big news that we are getting for you right now. Earlier, the number that we confirmed here on CNN News 18 was 5, but now it has gone up to 11. It does not look good. We still hope that the 3 people who are still not confirmed dead survived this fatal accident. But as the visuals told you earlier, that bad story, that fatal accident, 11 bodies have been recovered so far, still awaiting a confirmation about the rest of the 3 people. 14 people, including the crew, were on board. That's the big news coming in. Let me once again quickly try and reach out to my colleague Shreya Dhondial, who's with us on the broadcast. Shreya, tell us the latest.
This is what we are picking up. First of all, there is a meeting that is currently underway. The Raksha Mantri is sharing that meeting. There will be a statement on the floor of the House, but that statement will come in only once the process of the identification of bodies is over. We believe that there are 11 bodies that have been recovered, but many of them, in fact, most of them are charred. And you can imagine what must have happened when you see the pictures that have come to us from ground zero, from the location. So we are being told the process of identification is underway. Once everything is clear, the Raksha Mantri will step out. Since Parliament is underway, he will step out. He will be in Parliament to inform the country about what has happened. We do understand that 11 people have lost their lives in that crash. There were 14 people in that Mi-17 helicopter. And the news is not good. We'll wait for an official confirmation before putting out any unverified news that has come in. But I can tell you that the news is not looking good at all, which is why the Raksha Mantri will be the one coming and telling the country about it.
11 bodies recovered so far out of the 14 people which were on board. 11 people unfortunately dead. Anand with us on the broadcast. Anand, this does not look good at all.
That's what we were telling our viewers, that the visuals that we've had access to, which we have been trying to be very, very careful not to put on air because they're very disturbing, painted a very grim picture. The 3 people who are injured and who've been rushed to hospital have also suffered 85% burns. So the news is only going from bad to worse, and perhaps there is still more news that would come, which would be very, very disheartening. We are waiting for the Raksha Mantri to finally confirm, but the chopper crash itself showed that the possibility of survival was going to be very, very grim, and it would take a miracle, and we were all hoping and praying for the miracle. What's the status of the CDS, his wife Madhulika ji, who's also going there in official capacity as president of the DWWA? We'll have to wait and watch, but we are given to understand that those bodies which were recovered were charred beyond recognition. Those who've been taken to the hospital, the 3 of them have suffered 85% burns. So the process of identification is going on, and it is going to be very, very troublesome, the news that's going to come. 14 people accounted for, 11 bodies recovered, 3 people have now been sent to the hospital. We are waiting for an update from the local administration, but we are given to understand now that the first word will come from Parliament, from the Raksha Mantri.
The first word should come from the Raksha Mantri. We're exercising restraint and utmost responsibility while reporting this very, very sensitive story. 14 people were on board, 11 people unfortunately dead. 3 people with severe burn injuries have been taken to the nearby hospital. Major General B.S. Asthana, sorry sir, I had to interrupt you and I couldn't give you an opportunity to speak earlier. But your initial thoughts, this is not looking good at all, sir.
It's a shocking news, for many reasons. One is CDS was on board and so was his family and other 14 people. Secondly, he's a very close friend of mine, as well as the lady is a very close friend of my wife. We are force mates. We have been commissioned together on the same day. And I have been the head of training in Staff College. This area between Coimbatore to Wellington. Now, this is thickly wooded in a manner that there's a fair amount of jungles, and the change of weather is very frequent. Sometimes it is absolutely sunny and all of a sudden you find that it becomes cloudy. So weather changes are very frequent. Although the helicopter is a proven machine, it's a very good machine, and it has got a very good track record as far as accidents are concerned. And more so if it's a VIP fleet helicopter, that is Mi-17, then this VIP fleet helicopter, all the SOPs are adhered to, and nobody misses any SOP. So we visualize that accident is an accident. Obviously, something must have gone wrong. It's too sensitive a matter to speculate as to what could have gone wrong. But notwithstanding that, we still pray, because hope is alive till the time there is some confirmation.
Well, sir, you rightly say we hope against hope. These are 11 people who are dead. The families would be affected. Please keep strength and prayers for everyone. The 3 people who are in hospital right now, we really hope they come out safe of this fatal accident. Shreya,